Hey everyone, welcome back to Freeze Frame. Today we're going to be going over so much news. There was just so much new stuff this week. It's not even fun to really dig for stuff anymore because it just comes to you now. Like I used to love researching stuff, like going deep, but now there's just so much stuff that it just influxes you. I do have fun doing it. I'm just kidding. But
Yeah.
For example, this week we got SpaceJam 2. And because Disney always likes to throw a little competitive edge in there, the new Black Widow trailer, keep a little relevancy in the air while you got a big premiere for a big, movie that's coming up. I think that's exciting. What do you have so far, man? Ryder, welcome to the show. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I've just been watching a lot of Falcon Winter Soldier. Got a lot of good news. I guess we can go ahead and get started, right? I got some...
Absolutely. Yeah, we're here.
All right. Well, I got November release dates. I wanted to go ahead and start with this because I think this is exciting whenever we get a huge month and we get to see it's going to be packed for this year. November 5th is going to be Eternals. November 11th, Ghostbusters Afterlife. November 19th, Mission Impossible 7. November 24th, House of Gucci. That same day, Encanto, which is another Disney Pixar film. And then on that same day as well, the new Resident Evil reboot, Welcome to Raccoon City. So, of course, take these with a grain of salt because... pushbacks or delays, who knows? But as of now, November's looking pretty stacked already.
That sounds good, man. I think movies are going to be coming back. I think I saw Godzilla vs. Kong had already made like 348 million worldwide. And that's a lot. That's a pretty big comeback for movies, being open, semi-open, or in some ways in certain capacities. I think that Disney was smart to delay Black Widow because we all had been saying it, like that movie is meant to be watched in a theater. And there's certain movies we wish we would have gotten that opportunity with. Like I do believe in the future Zack Snyder will release the Justice League on IMAX so you can go watch it. Absolutely. Cool. Like somebody will do that. And we'll pay money for it. But for now, I'm more excited for Obi-Wan and his whole ordeal. The cast is out. The cast, Hayden Christensen is back. I'm like, what? Like, what is this show gonna even be about? Like, there's just so many good little people that I want to be in there. I don't know, dude. I think that personally, I think that there's a lot of really good content coming, and I'm just excited to dig into it. What else do you have today?
Well, let's see. Well, we talked about SpaceJam. This is a little bit of a light news, and I'll get into a little bit of my light news. But we have confirmation that Zendaya will be playing Lola Bunny, which is kind of random. They announced that little casting, so that's kind of cool.
Switch it up.
Yeah, and then I'll say a couple of these. We have Zack Snyder unveils a brand new Army of the Dead poster. So that's a film coming to Netflix. There's a trailer out for that one already. That's coming May 21st. And then we have the Suicide Squad trailer. I don't know if you've seen it. We have some records on that. It's the Red Band trailer. Broke the record for the most views in a week with 150 million views. So that was James Gunn tweeted that out, and he was like, "Thanks for that." So yeah, I have some more, cool. But crazy stuff already.
Yeah, I have. If you want to talk about speculation, they're saying J.K. Simmons, who's already going to be in the next Spider-Man. Obviously, we saw him at the very end of the second one. Apparently, he's going to be playing two characters in this movie. So we might see him cross and become somebody else in the multiverse.
Yeah.
Who do you theorize he could be playing? Who do you think?
I mean, it depends on what they mean by that, because he could be playing J. Jonah maybe from the other world. You know what I mean? They show him as like Toby's J. Jonah Jameson, and then they show the one that we saw in Far From Home. So maybe it's like two characters, or it's a completely new person that's just coincidence that it's J.K. Simmons playing him. So I don't know, but that's my speculation for now.
What if he becomes like the Lizard or something? Instead of bringing the one from Andrew Garfield, he becomes the Lizard. I don't know, bro.
Yeah.
I think there's so many directions that Marvel could take it with their cinematic universe, and I just hope that they just they are going full-fledged, but I hope that the storylines are delivering. Like the script writers are really looking for those details that are going to satisfy the fans, which I believe they do. I don't think they don't, but I there's just so many other things out there that are also catching my attention. Like I can't say Marvel is the only thing that you have to look at. Like there's so many other things, like Knives Out. You thought was a one-off. You thought it was a one-off. You were like,
coming back.
Netflix comes in and is like, how about we make a second one and a third one, and we give you $450 million for it? Like,
whoa.
That's crazy. You know, like Daniel Craig is returning. Of course he's returning. You know, like I read these articles and I'm just like, you guys are giving me things that are so obvious. Like, who's not going to return to a successful franchise?
I know,
you
right?
know, like that's all an actor wants, a successful franchise to attach their name to. You know how much money people make off of just like royalties off of like a commercial or even just like a movie or TV? Like, it's so much money over time if it's a successful show. So it's like to have a little franchise like even Jumanji's turning out to become like a little. I didn't watch the second one. First one was a hit.
Yeah.
You know, but like I just didn't catch on to the big wave. What do you got right now? Cuz I got two big huge, like I'm talking huge.
Okay. I hype it up.
You want me to go or you want to go?
I'll do a palate taster. I'll start off with my kind of weaker ones, and then you finish us off with the big hitter.
All right.
You know,
let's go.
So,
let's
like
go.
you said, we're switching over. Marvel doesn't have to be our focus. Jordan Peele, one of the greats in Hollywood right now, he's working on a new project, and we have the Minari star Steven Yeun, of course, famous from The Walking Dead, now stars in Invincible. He's in negotiations to join his new project, secret project apparently, and Keke Palmer is starring in it with Daniel Kaluuya, also in negotiations to star. So we don't know what the story's gonna be about. I assume another horror-esque film, but already he's getting some some heavy hitters for the cast.
Dude, Daniel Kaluuya just won a Golden Globe for his performance. Like, wow. That's crazy. And it was funny because he when he was doing his acceptance speech, he was muted on Zoom.
Oh, and what?
He was talking about it on SNL. I was just like, wow, that's so crazy. Imagine that.
Oh, man.
A big moment, and you're just like, he said, I said the best joke, and I didn't, nobody got the chance to hear it. And I was just like, he was laughing, though. He looked like he was having a good time. But anyways, I got some big stuff. I got some huge.
Here we go.
Huge. Like, whoever's listening to this, which there are several people who are listening to this, which is amazing. If you're here from Spotify, Apple, Google, all those places, anywhere you listen to a podcast, thanks so much for being here. But we're talking about Rick and Morty coming back June 20th. Finally, after a long period of time of sleeping in a coffin with just not being able to move and not do anything, I finally get a chance to watch Rick and Morty once again. That's my description of what it's like waiting for this show, because it's just like agonizing. It's just so agonizing. Like, the creators of this show I get it, people are getting other creative ventures, but it's like, go back to the root of what made you successful.
Yes,
just invest your time in that for a little bit. I'm not asking forever, but give me at least another like 3 seasons in advance, and then when you have 3 seasons just ready to go, all right, hit me with the other 3 shows you want, because I'm like already in, like.
Yeah, because they're already doing that, like with movies, like with John Wick. They were like, let's just make 4, 5, and 6. Like, they have it planned out, so it shows like successful, like Rick and Morty. Plan out like 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go on.
But even with John Wick now, it's a little different now, because they're no longer shooting back to back. They were doing. Remember, we were talking about that strategy of shooting back to back. They said, we're not going to shoot 4 and 5 back to back anymore. I think it's because you can only speculate so much, but I'm thinking maybe there was like a creative difference somewhere, and they initially were all like, let's do this like double feature, and everybody was into it, and then they wrote out a story, and people were like, not as good as I thought it was gonna be, but we already signed up to the double. You know what? Let's just say we're not gonna do that anymore, and then it's like, all right, we're not doing it. Just put out a press release, And putting out a press release sometimes is some of the biggest, most important things that companies have to do. I'm just kidding. It's just some assistant calling somebody and writing something down on a post-it note. Powerpuff Girls live action pilot finds its Professor Utonium in Scrubs star Donald Faison. Christopher Turk on Scrubs, guys. He's got a great gig here.
Nice.
This is interesting. I think this is gonna be an interesting show. Now it's only called Powerpuff, by the way. It's no longer called whatever you thought it was. Powerpuff.
Okay.
So.
And then I also have another announcement for that show, Mojo Jojo, which is that creepy looking dude. I don't know about the show, but I know the character.
The monkey, right?
Yeah, he's been casted from an actor from Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. His name is Nicholas Podani. So he just looks like a normal guy. So I'm guessing it's just like, I don't know how they're gonna do that, but maybe just
what else would he look like? What else would he look like? If
well, you know what I mean. Like, I don't know. He just didn't look like a character actor to me. He looked like a regular. You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good. That's. I understand what you're saying then. Okay, that's cool. You want to talk about a character actor? Russell Crowe. is in Thor Love and Thunder.
Oh.
We don't know in what role yet. We don't know. But one can only sit here and wonder. What do you think?
I think he could be a secret bad guy, or he could be just somebody that's like helps out Thor.
Maybe he's either gonna be the second hand to Christian Bale, like he's the guy, he's his enforcer, or he's gonna be his own little side story that is just gonna be like dealing with the Guardians of the Galaxy, maybe, because aren't the Guardians gonna be in this movie?
Yeah, I think they'll have a small part. Yeah.
Or maybe it's gonna deal with Natalie Portman, and that's gonna be the baddie that she faces while real
her
Thor
dad
faces off with Christian Bale. I don't know what's gonna happen. I think that movie's gonna be really fantastic, honestly. Like,
oh yeah, that's gonna be
I can't
huge.
wait. Like there's few movies in this world currently that are in development that I'm just like, yes, let's all go and watch that together.
Speaking of,
then we can all talk about it.
Yeah. Speaking of development, this is a film that nobody asked for, and I don't think we wanted. But we're getting a new Netflix film of To All the Boys. A spin-off. That's right. I see.
Okay.
Been discussed already. It's going to be about the little sister, Kitty Covey. Of course, Anna Cathcart is going to return, and it's going to be about her own quest for finding love. And it's going to be a whole thing about her. So it's like, I mean, this little girl, I mean, she seems like, why would the little sister be like looking for love? Maybe it's like a middle school thing. I don't know how old she is, but it's like I don't know. It seems a little off.
I'll be honest with you, man. I haven't seen it, so I can't really sit here and
you ain't missing much. Yeah,
squirm and joy.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I never caught that vibe up with that. Was it a movie first? Was it a movie?
There's three. Yeah, there's three movies now.
Oh, there's three movies now. Wow. So they made a whole trilogy.
Yeah. It's a high school and then on to college, but it's like, mature high school teens, and now they're trying to do the same story love thing with like a little kid.
I guess it's not hard to pitch a trilogy these days, when it really comes down to it.
Yeah.
I mean, Titans is doing it. They're on to their season 3, which is absolutely crazy. We had, I think we talked about it, maybe not on this podcast, but maybe on What's Poppin', the show we did before. Titans season 3 is going to deal with the Joker, right?
Oh,
yeah. No, I do believe it was on Freeze Frame, actually. Now that I remember, I'm thinking about all the TikToks. There's just so many TikToks in my head and like so many different videos that I'm just like trying to go through the roulette wheel of like, wait, have I already talked about this? But Batman's Gotham City is in, like a big plot point in this next season because we know the Joker's involved, right? And I'm just sitting here going like, what is going to happen in this season that's going to get me to watch the first episode of season 1?
Right. And it has to be something huge.
I'm still not like fully in this show. Like I don't think anything's going to get me to, and I love DC and I thought I would love the Titans. I used to like the original Teen Titans and then that show fell off for me. And then they made Teen Titans Go. And I thought maybe that, but that didn't ever caught my eye. And then they made those movies, and I thought those movies might do something, but never. So I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But love the idea. Love the idea, the concept.
No, absolutely. And I have another DC thing here. Maybe you can help me out here because I was looking up Batman: The Long Halloween Part 1. They just announced their cast for some of the voices. This is animated, but I'm not sure if this is a audio book or if this is a whole other animated series because I think it's just like an Amazon exclusive thing based on IMDb. But we have some casting. Batman's gonna be played by Jensen Ackles, which is a character from
I don't know who that is.
He's from Supernatural. He's one of the main guys in that show. Catwoman Naya Rivera. Joker is played by Troy Baker, who has voiced Joker before in the Batman Arkham Origins game. Harvey Dent played by Josh Duhamel, and Alberto played by Jack Quaid, who's the main guy from The Boys. But yeah, people were excited about the cast and everything, and I saw it's animated, but I wasn't sure. There's no info on it if it's an audio book, like I think an audio on Amazon, or if it's like a whole another show.
Well, remember what they were saying, that they're doing podcasts, so this could be their podcast narrative.
Yeah, it could be a part of that. I think.
Long Halloween. They just want to release it in time for October. That's probably when they're gonna release it.
True.
I don't know. I only know so much. Star Wars: The Bad Batch debuts on May the 4th, because May the 4th be with you. A special 70-minute premiere. I'm just sitting here going, thank you so much. Finally, something that is worthy of watching for a long time. Aside from the Snyder Cut, because that was long, but we loved it. Episodes will then be released weekly from May 7th onwards for who knows how many episodes. Somebody sound off somewhere. Just say it out loud if you know, because I'm not too sure myself. Michael Keaton will only play Bruce Wayne and not Batman after the Flash movie. So he's gonna be Batman in the Flash movie for a little bit, and then he's gonna be like, I'm out. I'm gonna just be old Bruce and just be like giving advice. Sitting in a chair in the Batcave, going, I'm gonna fight crime one day.
One day I'll be back. This is what I need to do.
Mr. Freeze is back. Oh, my back.
I know. This is one's name about Alfred. Alfred's gonna be dead. No, Alfred's gonna be in the chair. He's gonna have to take care of Alfred.
I think Alfred is dead in Batman Beyond.
Oh, okay.
I believe.
Dang, that's sad to hear.
So then he says that it's basically due to the fact that he's 70, which is it's crazy. People were saying they respect him for it. And they usually find other people to play these big superhero like kind of characters. These big studios do, but to honor Michael Keaton with like a cool comeback is kind of dope. So I think that's fun. And I also got some other news. I've been talking a little bit about the Snyder Cut, but AT&T is thrilled by the numbers. So that can only mean one thing, and that's just it's gonna come down to a sequel and the restoring of the Snyderverse. Okay. So I don't know if it's fully gonna happen, but I just I see it. I see like AT&T's feeling it. They're like, well, this did good. Some things I agree with, some things I don't. Superman to be officially renamed Super Clark in the DC Comics. Super Clark. What? Keep it as with the Superman. Why the change? Just like.
What's that about?
I'm so confused.
Sounds random.
It is random because wait a second, that might be April Fool's, because that was just released in the last couple of days. I think it was released. Within the last couple of days.
Dude, there was
I gotta check that one out. There was so many random stuff. Yeah, and it was cool because it was. It's not like it's funny to me because it was funny, but at the same time, it just shows you how bad of a problem we have with fake news. Because there were so many people who were like, "Oh my gosh, this!" Like people just tweeted out like official looking releases, so people thought like shit was real. They were like, "Oh my gosh, what's her name? Scarlett Johansson's gonna be in Thor as a tree." Like I was like, "No, she's not gonna do that." Like maybe, I don't know. But it's just
I saw you tweeted one out.
Super Clark. I did tweet about it.
Was a mind blown one, and I was like, oh my god, I was laughing, man. So here's a random one here. This is about Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Apparently, Margot Robbie said that there's a 20-hour cut of the film. 20 hours. Yeah, I know. So she said that there's tons more footage Quentin Tarantino shot, but that was really it for her. She was interviewed lately about it, and that was her quote about the movie that we pulled from that. But yeah, I'm sure it's just random driving shots or just feet shots or.
Dude, at this point, I'm convinced that most directors just really want to do television. Like, just make a TV miniseries about a movie. Idea, and just start the first episode with the movie, and then just have episodes that go after that. Because it's just right? To me, that just seems like the most inventive thing. Like, just create one movie with the intention of having a miniseries. Okay, there's going to be 2 or 3 episodes released on TV. Ooh. That's the next level, like if you know what I'm saying? Like 3. Right. Like they're going, you watch part 1 in the theater and then part 2, part 3, part 4, you're watching it at home. Max. Yep. Yeah, you're on HBO Max. And it's just a preview. Like that's the smart way to do it, but I don't know if the studios are thinking that way. I don't know if they're maybe.
I think Disney's pushing that way because with these Marvel shows, they're kind of like extensions to the movies. So now people are going to be in the movie theater watching Doctor Strange. And they're going to be like, whoa, what's Wanda doing here? And why does she have a suit? Well, you got to watch the show.
Well, you're not wrong at all, because what you just said is absolutely true. Spider-Man No Way Home is reportedly going to feature 2 Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters. So it's like, you're right on the nail, bro. You're
there we go.
Cacao. You're hitting that shit. I do want to say we did get a new theatrical trailer for the Suicide Squad. So we had that first look trailer. Then they released a second trailer. We got some more footage, a little bit more story of what's going to be happening. Honestly, I'm so excited for this movie. Like Space Jam 2, which was sick. Like, I personally, I think the involvement of all their properties that are hidden in the background, I think that movie is just going to be a fun-filled bonanza of just properties that they own. Like,
yeah, it's like Ready Player 2.
Kind of, right. Which is crazy that's also in development. Someone called it something. I think they said character property orgy. Like that's a new genre of film. Like, I was just like, that's cool. And I think they had Ready Player One. Yeah. They had this movie.
No, I saw that tweet.
And then you saw that tweet, right? I'm blanking on the other movies. Maybe if I think about them later on, I'll talk about it.
Wreck-It Ralph, I think was one because it had all the
Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah. There you go. The one where they break the internet, which is a great movie. And it's great because I think the Rebellion trailer kind of revealed some little tidbits of what we're going to be seeing, because Taika Waititi's character was actually kind of like teased a little bit. It's supposed to be a secret, but I'm going to give it to you because people found it. People found the gem of the little story because he's supposed to make a cameo appearance. And so we know that there's a rat catcher 2 who's played by Daniela Melchior's. And she's apparently in a cell, and in the cell there's a picture on the wall, and in the picture on the wall it's her in like a blurry looking character, but when they match it up with Taika Waititi, it looks just like him. So people were like, he was the original rat catcher, the father of this character. So I'm just like, damn, that's good storytelling.
Whoa, that's gonna be cool.
So yeah, I hope that's what it is, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
That's exciting.
Yeah, what else you got? I got one that's fun if you want to hear it. Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah,
he was hosting Jeopardy. He was hosting Jeopardy for 2 weeks, and apparently he was really good at it. Like apparently people actually were like, this guy seemed to be up to date with how you run this show. And he said, I watched hours and hours and hours of episodes. In an interview, he was talking about how lucky he felt that, you know, Netflix had a few seasons that and he wanted to go back to watch them, but that he wanted to look at it from a different perspective from Alex Trebek. And he couldn't be a fan anymore. He said he took pages of notes, and that when he came down to it, he finally understood how to respond based on certain, like, you know, when you're in a show, you're the host. You got to know the little gimmicks that keep the show going. When it's like, okay, the audience is done talking, now it's just you. You know, it's like, so it was cool. I think that was a cool little breakdown there. But go ahead. What else you got?
That's interesting. Definitely interesting to see. You know, I wouldn't think that he would take it so seriously. I mean, not that he wouldn't. No, I mean,
right. Like he like took it like he was playing football.
So I respect that. I definitely do. So yeah, here's some more random ones here, just out of the blue. Transformers. We talked about this on our TikTok earlier. The new Transformers film is coming out, but we have got confirmation, but they're eyeing the In the Heights star Anthony Ramos for the new lead role, and of course Michael Bay will not be involved in these new films. Which is pretty cool. And then we also have another one here. I think
that dude's blowing up, bro. That dude. You know, I was on stage with him at the finale of Hamilton in New York. I talked to him for a bit, and he was super cool. He was really one of the chillest guys I've met, because he hadn't been exposed to all the Hollywood stuff. You know, he was in New York. He was doing Broadway. He was still like in his roots. I could have partied with him, but I was with my cousins, and I was still young. I was still young. Like I was just like 18. You got to be careful out there in those streets. You can't just I'm gonna try everything. Like that's just not how life works.
No, for sure. And then I have one here about The Witcher season 2. Apparently it was daunting. It was super daunting to do that production because they had 158 days of shooting, 15 locations, 89 cast members, and 1,200 crew members. They just recently wrapped season 2. We've seen photos of Henry Cavill with the slate, kind of wrapping the production, some costume photos, some set photos. But either way, it's looking like this show is going to be huge in scale, at least, you know. So excited to check it out. I need to watch season 1 first. I've not watched season 1, unfortunately.
Absolutely. There's a new show on New Discovery Plus, which Discovery Plus is another streaming service, with host Mike Rao. And it's basically oil-funded propaganda. So basically, they just talk about all of these oil companies and like why in the end result is like these fossil fuels are like needed in this world, and they're like they should continue to, you know, basically burn fossil fuels and like have these emissions go into the air. And it seems kind of interesting how they literally are just like slapping it there, like, oh, we're researching, but in reality it's just like propaganda, like clear. Funded, and they even tell you it's funded by these companies, these oil companies that like are literally funding the creation of the show.
Wow.
Which is, it's not hard to do those things, people. It's not hard. I got some light news here. I'm finishing us off. I got several stories here.
Yeah, let's hear 'em.
I want to tell you one. Sebastian Stan says he will play Luke Skywalker if Mark Hamill asks. Here's my thing. Why is this such a high school drama? Like, stop it and just play the fucking character. Like,
oh my God.
you should have played the character in Mandalorian. Like, you should have made your debut then. Now it's just like, bro, I don't care now. Like, it's not making it such a big deal.
God.
Like, only if Mark Hamill asks me. Like, I need a personal phone call of him saying, like, hey, Sebastian, like, I want you to play Luke. Like, I don't know. Like, nobody wants that. I mean, maybe he does. Maybe he does. Next up, we got Scream. The franchise is moving away from Sydney. That's right, Sydney, Australia. They're moving away from that. Production is moving. No, I'm just kidding. Sydney, the character, is no longer getting murdered by Ghostface, which is interesting because they're speculating that some of these new castings, like Jenna Ortega or somebody else, might be one of the people that's going to be continuing on the franchise. But we shall see. We shall see.
Interesting.
Jumping back to Marvel, Spider-Man Miles Morales adds a new suit. That's a little bit of video game news. If you guys like video game news, make sure to check out Checkpoint, hosted by Vincent DeSantis and James Walmer. James is a little bit out right now, but he's coming back. And don't worry, we have a great rotation of hosts that's going to be jumping in there in the meantime. But Miles Morales, the game, if you've been playing it, I still haven't had a chance. But it added a brand new suit, advanced tech suit. Check it out if you have the game. I think it's great.
All free.
I think it's great. I got this one. This next one is kind of big, but I if you know the character, Jordan Fisher has been cast as Bart Allen, Impulse, for The Flash season 7. Now, here's a funny story. I didn't know that The Flash was still going. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I was like, wow, season 7.
I know, right? It's pretty crazy. That's longer than the Arrow now, right? Well, I think the Arrow, they stopped it, or they're still doing it, but it's with a whole different cast now. So I don't even count it.
I think they stopped it at 7.
They did? Oh, wow. Okay,
I think so. Let me look it up.
We'll see how long The Flash goes, but I assume it's probably having more viewers. But either way, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like Jordan Fisher now getting involved. And I want to see if they connect more of the CW with the DC universe. You know, I want to see that because I know that they had Ezra Miller come in for that CW episode. I don't know if you saw that. Did you hear about that?
I didn't. Ezra Miller. Oh, Ezra Miller, I saw the clip on YouTube, but I didn't click on it because I was just like, I'll watch that later. Arrow had 8 seasons and ended on October 15th, 2019. It started the final season and ended on January 28th, 2020. So that's kind of crazy. That just wrapped up just a little while ago. And honestly, I'm gonna go ahead and say it for everybody. Thank God, because I think we were all
burnt out on that CW stuff. Yeah.
But you know what? We're not burnt out on something that's new. It's fresh. Just got a second season and it just wrapped production. The Witcher. Who's excited for that? You know, like who isn't excited for that? Personally, Henry Cavill. You know, he's jumping all over the place. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who, by the way, could be a future president. I mean, imagine Dwayne "The Rock" on like a $7 bill. You know, he's like, you know what? We need $7 bills. I'm going to put myself on it. Let's go ahead and do it.
Oh my God.
And he goes, if anybody wants to fight me for it, then we'll go ahead and settle it that way. And I'm just like, Dwayne, you know what? Go ahead and create it. $7. Go ahead. You crazy bastard. The DCEU returns with Henry Cavill and Dwayne Johnson. Apparently, there are talks. It's going to be interesting to see what Henry Cavill does. If he actually talks it with Dwayne Johnson, I think it would be exciting if he were to just come back. But there's no, like precise, outcome just yet. But we'll let you know. We'll keep you updated. Randall Park. Everybody loves Randall Park. And because everybody loves Randall Park, he's getting cool opportunities like becoming a director. He's becoming a director. He's having his featured directorial debut with Shortcomings. It is going to be coming out later, maybe in a year and a half from now, or maybe in 2 years. But he's going to be filming it, and he's going to be directing it, and I think that's awesome. Randall Park, congratulations. You deserve it, my friend.
Nice. Well, that's good for him. I'm happy for him. All right, I guess we'll get into my light news now. We have, let's see, we talked about Suicide Squad, DC, Zack Snyder, more Warner Brothers now. Mortal Kombat trailer held the record until today with 116 million views. And, that's right. I was connecting that to Suicide Squad. So right. Mortal Kombat had just broken that record. And then Suicide Squad broken the record way more with 150 million. That's pretty cool. And then we have Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey are now filming The Last of Us. They're about to start production on The Last of Us series. It's going to be starting. The production is July 2021 to June 2022. So
that kind of worked out for Pedro Pascal, didn't it? That whole Gina Carano situation. Because now he doesn't have to worry about Mandalorian. Mm-hmm. Now he can just worry about whatever the crap he's doing on The Last of Us. Mm-hmm. Playing Joel.
Yeah. Maybe getting his head bashed in. Oh, spoilers on the game. I don't know. Well, I don't know if I'll put that because it's huge. But anyways, Falcon and the Winter Soldier beat out Attack on Titan to become the most popular show in the world.
I got that one here too, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, pretty crazy. How Attack on Titan was the most viewed show in the world too. Like, that's pretty insane for them too. But to get beaten out by Falcon and Winter Soldier is no surprise.
Well, it's crazy because I think it varies. I think they're talking about week to week here because I know the Snyder Cut, when it came out, it beat Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I was like, I'm sure that was only for the week it released. Yeah. And then after that, it's just like Falcon and Winter Soldier. Because they're saying Falcon and Winter Soldier, 3 million people are watching it like the night it drops. Like,
that's insane.
The night it drops. Like, that's crazy to think about. That's why Disney Plus is always crashing. Because there's literally, 3 million plus
of people on it. Mm-hmm.
That are just like, I want to watch the latest episode.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see it now.
Yeah,
and then what's crazy is those 3 million people will, we'll say a sliver of them, maybe like 1 million of them will go on YouTube and are just like searching for reactions. Like, I need to see people react to this. I need to see people talking about this new episode. And that's when you come to Strictly Casual. And that's when you check out our series on the Falcon and Winter Soldier. You got to come check it out because it's so sick. We're doing a lot of different Marvel shows. We're doing Loki next. We're going to do Mrs. Marvel. We're going to be doing all sorts of different shows, though, not just Marvel.
Rick and Morty too?
Rick and Morty. We're going to be doing a whole series on Rick and Morty because I think that's so much fun. It's such a fun show, fun to explore. I think we can do like a review of Invincible once it's done. Personally, I think we already kind of got a couple of opinions thrown out there recently. Me and Ryder were talking about it, and we can both safely say it's a safe show. That at least that's my take on it personally.
Cool.
And if you
last one I have here.
I was gonna say if you want to talk about safe, Bridgerton breakout Jean Page.
Oh, this guy.
I'm sure I butchered that. But
we
know what I'm talking about. Everybody knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in season 2. So he made it big because of this show. And then he's just like, you know what, deuces. I'm getting some better opportunities.
I'm out.
People are finally, putting a little light on me. And I'm going to get the fuck out.
He's doing Dungeons and Dragons now.
Good for him.
With Chris Pine.
That's great. That's awesome. Working with Chris Pine. What was the last thing he did? Wonder Woman 84? 84?
Yeah. 84? Oh, yeah. 84? That was all right. We won't talk about that. But anyways.
I don't know. Honestly, man, I at this point, I don't have anything. So I'm just dicking around. But what do you have? Do you have anything left?
Well, I guess I'll say this last one. And then we can get into our recommendations. Atlanta Season 3 has just started filming. Confirms from Donald Glover. So if you're looking forward to that on FX, it's coming soon. And that's it now. I've gotten through it all. We've said all our headlines. And
dude, I forgot one. I totally blanked on this one. A young Kylo Ren show is in production and will premiere on Disney Plus winter 2022. Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things is on the shortlist to play young Ben Solo. And I'm just like, what?
Young Kylo Ren's coming.
It's fake, bro. It's fake. April Fools, got him. You're like, it's April 5th, bro. It's April 4th. You're just having fun. So
my
are we.
God.
So my recommendation, I just
The
talked about the freaking
execution.
show because I it's that good. Whenever you bring up a show before your segmented time to recommend something, that's how you know it's good. Invincible, go check it out. I was just talking about it, and I highly recommend it. Go check it out because it's cool. If you have Amazon Prime, you're probably already on Amazon Prime. You've just never used their video service because you're just using it to buy stuff. So you're like, I love Amazon.
Yeah.
Gotta get me my Amazon stuff. I was just on Amazon today.
Oh, really?
And and I bought something, and I feel good about it. I don't feel bad, and I needed it, so I'm happy with it.
That's how all Amazon purchases should be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Never regret.
So, anyways, what is your recommendation this week?
I'm gonna be recommending Knives Out 1, number uno, because if this is number 2 and 3 coming out, gotta prep yourself. If you don't like Ryan Johnson, maybe because of Star Wars, I say go see this. It does change up the genre, but it's a good film. Chris Evans is in it. What else could you ask for? Go see it.
Dude, who's gonna be the villain in the second one? And who is Daniel Craig gonna be trying to solve the murder of? Dun dun dun. And are the movies gonna be connected? Bum, 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 bum.
I don't doubt it.
Kidding.
Maybe somehow.
But the
that's it for
weirdest
us.
news, I gotta say, before we wrap up here,
more
Zendaya
news?
voicing Lola Bunny. I just gotta say
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so strange. But anyways, we're out of here. Hope you guys checked out the newest trailers. Hope you guys enjoy the show. This was a fun episode to shoot. Lots of good news. Ryder, thank you so much for being here. Luigi out. Ryder, take it away.
All right, guys. We'll see you on YouTube next week. And you can check us out on Twitch. We've been doing a lot more streaming on Twitch. You can check out our live show Checkpoint and more variety streaming. We have all social media: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. You just check our description. Feel free to talk to us and communicate with us. We have Discord. We also have to mention that because we're trying to grow our community in there. We always post updates, and we'd love to talk to you, get to meet more of you guys. But thanks for listening, supporting us, and that's it for us. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.